All right, so I went back to watch an old episode of Soul Society just to kind of see how it was, and the fact that in my memory it's like a goated anime arc, but I haven't actually watched this arc since I was like a kid, maybe not even in middle school, maybe like 11, 10 years old. And I looked up the episodes. It says it started at episode 21, which is where they're like jumping in and then they fight this dude, Janemba, at the gate to try and get in on their way to save Rukia. And I was surprised by literally how much I barely remembered anything in this episode. Like just literally anything. And I guess it makes sense 'cause in the grand scheme of things, like this episode really isn't that important. Janemba isn't that important, you know. I still remember the fight with Zaraki, Byakuya, the whole Aizen plot, Toshiro. So I think sort of this was a good test of like how well do you actually remember the anime arcs from when you watch them as like a kid. And overall, I think it showed me how much I maybe should start rewatching old classics like Naruto, and Bleach, because I think, yes, even though you remember like the big beats and the hype moments from your childhood for sure, the actual details that make the show interesting and kind of like the charm and vibe, the humor that make it unique, it's easy to forget those, and it makes it kind of difficult to compare to modern shows. And I think when you rewatch as like a older adult, or I'm not that old, I'm in my early 20s, but it's like when you watch as an adult, like 10 or so years later, you can still get a lot out of like a rewatch for sure.